I've been making sure the wine's so cold lately.
All right, guys, we're live. Who's all here tonight? Let's see everybody in the house.
Yay! Hi, guys.
Perfect. I love seeing it. I put 9, and then all of a sudden, literally, I went back to the other screen after I said, oh, there's only 9 people in the room. All of a sudden, there's 31.
Yay.
Love it. This is what it's all about. I love the fact that people keep coming out to training. These are the guys that are going to make it.
Yep.
This has been the week of trifecta heaven. Alec Howell got his first trifecta. The guy doesn't even want to have the coaching call yet. He wants the paperwork so he can pay for it with his line of credit so that he can start. Talk about amazing. His coaching call's on Wednesday. He just wants to get the paperwork done. Doesn't want to finance it, has a line of credit. Ready to make a change in his life. That is so amazing. All right. So this week I am going to give some clarity on all the products. I'm going to give some clarity on the commission structure and how the point system works so that everyone understands exactly what it is. Because I get tons of questions, and obviously it keeps coming up over and over and over again. Well, how does this work? What does that work? So now I'm going to, I guess because I'm the guy that probably understands it the most now. It took me, it was like Greek to me, man. I didn't understand it when I first seen it. But then when you understand it, it actually becomes very simple. Very, very, very simple. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to start it off with some wins. Who's got some wins for me for this week? Doesn't have to be just a sale. It can be anything. Just a win. Give me a win. Let's see who's in the room. Put your hand up. Let's see the wins. I know Jen's sitting there going, oh, I got some wins. I got some wins.
Yeah, honestly, I do. Like, the biggest win is that I finally quit smoking.
Oh, wow. There's another huge win. That's massive. How are you doing? Today's day 4, right?
Yeah. It was about time, right? After so many months in the restaurant, and it was like, yeah, why am I still doing this? So day 4, I'm done. Health all the way. I know Debbie quit too, so it's pretty awesome when you get to that point. It's sweet.
Debbie Cleveland quit too?
Yeah, like months ago.
Oh, nice.
Here? I don't know if she's here tonight.
I'm officially a year quitter.
Yay!
I was a year in September. And Kamei will be a year in December.
No, it's so great.
Several new business partners. So tell us about that, Lee. Here, I'm going to invite you as a speaker. I want to hear these wins right up front. So, Lee, I just gave you an invite to attend, so I want to hear about it. I'm going to bring the wins in real live here. So the video's on YouTube and chat on here, or what? I'm pretty sure that everyone should be able to just get on here. Are we running into that same issue again?
No.
No, we shouldn't have that issue.
No, I don't think so. You guys all see? Hi.
Lee, you jumping on? Have to watch YouTube. Yeah, it's the same issue. Have to watch on YouTube. Once again, tech problems with YouTube. Cheapers. These guys. All right, well, let's hop in the chat here. Where are you at, Lee? Hop in, accept my invitation. So I don't know what happened to... okay, well, maybe not. So without further ado, I'm going to give you guys some wins for the team. So officially this week, I cannot believe how many trifectas. I cannot believe how many people are doing the work. How everyone's just like getting in here and doing what needs to be done. And you know, the more we do this, and the more patience you have, the better you're going to be. I mean, I've been doing this for almost 5 years, and the key to your business is your list. Well, your list is building on a daily basis as we do these ads. Well, if you're not, if you think that if you got 20 people on your email list, that boom, you're gonna have trifecta heaven. Then you need to refresh your screen if you're not getting video or sound. That has to have something to do. I got 22 signups on Saturday. Nice, Thomas. That's a huge.
Good job, Thomas.
I have no idea why they're getting sent to YouTube. Mike, we're running the same thing again, that stupid YouTube thing.
What?
Remember how everyone kept having to click the button on the screen and go to YouTube and then type in the chat?
Yeah.
It's back again.
Oh, you're kidding.
So maybe we can you hit up Webinar Jams again? Send in a ticket to them and say we're getting the same issue again?
Yep. I guess maybe YouTube did change something. Maybe that's why we had our glitch on our webinar on Thursday.
She can't get on?
We can't get on the channel because she's must go on YouTube.
That's so weird, this whole
We had
YouTube.
problems too. We just had to restart, so I don't know. That's why you couldn't do this a minute ago.
Yeah, I was asking the team here on wins this week, and I mean, just for the fact tonight, there's 44 people live on this right now, guys. 44 people.
Good. Yay.
That's officially the biggest training session that we've had yet. So it's unbelievable. So Mike, Darren, you guys have any wins? I know Jen's had wins. She quit smoking.
We just added somebody to the group, so we had a new guy buy in, Mark Nice.
Mark
We had
Knight.
the live meeting too. We had a guy that clicked on one of our ads, and so we actually went for coffee with somebody in Vancouver the other day.
Nice.
Probably gonna join. Just
Yeah,
sorting
I
out
think
his
so.
cash and everything. So we got a lot of people in the cooker.
That's awesome. Looks like Darren's lost a bit of weight too. I can see it in his face.
Yeah, it's crazy, hey?
I like your hair, guys.
Is that just from the fasting?
Darren's win this week is that he survived the flu.
Yeah, I heard that's from being sick, I think. Probably.
Oh, you got the flu, so that's what you lost it all.
I haven't been eating, and then I've been taking HCG too, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
with
that.
alkaline water, which probably makes it 100 times stronger.
Yeah.
Just to take any medications.
Curtis Shaw got a win too as well. I know he's got a win. He hasn't put it in there, but he got his official first sale.
Oh, wow! Congrats, Curtis.
Trifecta, Kevin Emlaw.
That's awesome.
And I think Kevin's actually on the training here tonight. So right in, doing exactly what needs to be done. Shailene got her second trifecta
Hey.
done, so that should be signed and done by Monday. And then Jen's middle name is Trifecta now. She sent away like 4 of her clients, 3 of them or something like that, another today. So she's got like 7 or 8 trifectas in the pipeline.
Looked like Shallon added somebody too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shallon had another one too. It's good, dude. Guys, it's starting to happen now. It's like going to the top of the mountain. It's like overflowing, explosion. So we're about to hit digital altitude. 43 people. I'm stoked, man. 43 people on this webinar tonight. So, without anything else there, I see the wins. Everyone's doing really well. Another thing I wanted to kind of open up right now is any Q&A before I pump into the commission structure and how the point system and everything works. So, go ahead and pump out some questions, any questions that you have at all.
Oh, it is working now.
What's up?
The chat. I thought the chat
Oh, it
wasn't
just
working.
didn't have it on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you guys weren't seeing the chat?
Yeah, it is now.
No questions?
Come on.
It's always weird with this. There's a delay of like 30 seconds between our broadcast and what they're actually seeing. Are you guys getting anything in the chat?
Nope, not yet. Targeting issues, not getting results.
Not getting results. Wow. Well, this sucks. What sucks? So targeting issues. So what's your question? I mean, I don't see a question there. I see that you're saying targeting issues, not getting results.
And John, John had a buyer already this week. Like, really,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
targeting can't be that bad.
Keep going, John.
It's just a matter of testing. So it may not be a targeting issue. Maybe they don't like your video, right? So maybe go back. What I would suggest to do is do like I have like 3, 4, 5 videos that I have that I'll like split test and try, and then you find the one that does the best and you scale it from there, right? So I mean, if we're working at this full time, we should be able to go out there and do as many videos, and you're just going to get better and better and better.
And also the text above your video too. Try different text.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Testing your text. Not getting leads from US and Canada. Well, where are you sending your leads to? Hopefully you're not sending your leads off to Pakistan or anything like that, because you need to get it off your likes campaign. I had Darren and Mike check out my video and text ads. So any feedback on that, Darren? From John?
Yeah.
John, you guys check?
We really liked his video. Yeah, really liked it. He was great. His video is awesome.
I couldn't believe it when I watched it. I mean, if that was his first video, like, it just blew me away.
Yeah, I thought it was a fantastic video. For a guy just starting out and stuff like that. Really, really good.
Like, we say 3 days, but to be honest, like sometimes I find for I have ads running right now, it's taking like 7 days to optimize. It's not always 3 days. On a low budget, it takes longer. If you increase your budget, then it's going to optimize faster because it's got more money to spend and show to more people, right? So that's the thing. If you're doing $5 per ad, it's going to take a while. It does take a while. That's my, in my experience.
There's a very good thing. I had only 3 conversions yesterday and spent $30. That was $10 per conversion. And then today I'm sitting at $1.50. So you're going to have a day. Don't shut your ad off if you're like good, and then have a shitty day, like higher per conversion. You didn't get as many. Keep it running.
Yeah, my day is like today. It's like over $10 per conversion. It's really bad today for whatever reason. It's one of those algorithms.
Weekends are always worse because you're paying. Here's reality, guys. So just so you know, we're bidding. So this is on an automatic bidding. So on the weekends, naturally, you're going to be paying more because you're going to be fighting for more real estate. That's just reality. That's just the way it is. You're on a lead generation platform. You're trying to get it, and weekends are going to be prime time for most people to try and get people's attention because the odds are they're more avid available, right? So that's what happens. You're just paying more. I spent $130 last week on about 6 conversions because my ads were duds, but I also been shutting them off before $5 because I feel I always get the most conversions earlier than later. Don't do that. Facebook watches that stuff. You'll screw up your optimization. If you're gonna do stuff like honestly, Jenny, if you wanna do anything, I would consider looking at Espresso and let them do the split conversions and the optimizing for you. Certainly, they have day parting, so you can actually go in and choose hours that you want the ads to be run and hours not to be run, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Any more? It just sounds like regular, average, everyday test, trying out ads, doing new videos, all that kind of stuff, right? That's the key.
Yeah.
I even have days with my own video. Some of you guys are paying less per lead with my own video. It's so crazy. My own video, and there's people here getting lower conversions than I am. It's dumbfounding, but it's just reality. It just means your targeting's better. You have more social proof. You have more interaction. You have all that stuff going on in your ad. Are you guys still sitting at $5 per ad, even with the lower reaches? And thanks for the tip. No, absolutely not. I'll test out. I mean, here's reality. So I'm in a different positions than some of you guys, Darren and Mike, are Jen and Gord now, right? We know that if we plug some money at it and we test it with Ad Espresso, it shuts off the shitty ads, shuts off the targeting that doesn't match, and it actually takes the ad spend and puts the ad spend towards the ads that are hitting. I understand there's some new software coming to see who attended webinars. Yes. Did Naveen actually, that's a good question. That's actually coming like ASAP here. Did Naveen reach out to you, Mike? He's
Nope.
he just got all the tags out of the system in everyone's emails, and he's going to create basically one password for everyone, and then they can go in and it'll auto change to whatever they want. And then you guys are going to be able to go in, and then we're just going to have to, at the end of every webinar, do that upload. So take the CSV file from Webinar Jams, upload it in, and it'll sort. And then it'll tell you who showed up to the webinar, who didn't show to the webinar, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's like, it's almost done, if not done right now. It's just a matter of working out some bugs. I was thinking about using your video, but I've been told not to. I have no idea who told you not to.
Probably me, because he's already got a good ad. Why?
That wasn't so much a lecture about not using your video as it was to stop fiddling.
If someone could, yeah, I think Jen and Gord said that they were going to do a video on Ad Espresso. I'm pretty sure.
Ads?
Yeah, I just set up the ads.
Gord's trying to figure out the QuickTime thing for that, but yeah, he's doing one on ads for Ad Espresso. I know that. I'm doing something different for scripts.
Are you?
Yeah, and I just finished the team checklist, which I'll go over a little bit tonight because some people have questions about organization and like building other people's businesses in this. So yeah, we'll cover that as well.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to roll right into the commission structure and how everything works and why, starting out at 1A versus 2A versus commissions versus everything, and kind of give you the buster deal with it and what a mini trifecta is and what it isn't. You know, and I think do we have that? Do we have that trifecta sheet that you created in the training site, Mike?
Yes.
The ones with the mini and stuff like that? Well, I guess there's two minis. I guess the one mini is with the Inespa and the other mini is with the Leveloo car. That's the only one that you can get that's under $5,000. What is it? The Leveloo R, the JR2, and the Ukon.
I've been doing the Inespa, the Leveloo car, and the Ukon.
Yeah, me too.
You've been doing the Inespa and
Leveloo and Yukon.
The only problem is, guys, that Leveloo, I can tell you right now, it is not made for, it's very, very small little plates, and it's not made for, I mean, it's a great product for like travel, but if they're going to be using it for like their main water lines, it's not going to hold up. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. So, I mean, maybe look at approach, maybe explain to them what the options are between those three, and then give the pros and the cons. Because I think, I mean, obviously, you know, just my personal judgment, the most important piece out of all of it is the water machine that they're drinking out of. That's my personal
I
opinion.
mean, I'll be honest, most of the people that I've talked to, I think that I've actually put on a mini so far have been like single people. So for one person, the Leveloo car is fine, I think. I mean, they call it a single person water machine, so.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm more worried because I've seen it. Have you guys seen the Leveloo car?
Yeah, Shiloh's got one. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the Leveloo car. It's like it's a smaller, I mean, it's the little portable version, but
It's about the same size. It's not any smaller.
The only difference is it hasn't got the touch panel. It's just got a
yeah,
button.
it doesn't have the touch panel, but it's not as wide either. It's as tall, but not as wide.
It's a little smaller. I mean,
But if I remember correctly, it's got, so you know how the JR2 has,
no one's going to be
the
looking it around.
JR2 and the Leveloo R have 3 titanium plates, but the titanium plates are considerably smaller. Is what Balaj was saying, like considerably smaller. So, you know, the titanium plates are about this big by this big, and the JR or in the Leveloo R, Balaj was saying they're like about this big.
Oh, yeah?
Right.
So that's the difference between them. But yeah, there's different ones at the 4,500. So I'm going to share my screen now. I'm going to pull up the commission structures. I have way too many windows open. Oh my God. All right, there we go. Open up my folder. That's not the one I want. This is. All right. Let me know when you can see my screen. And then if you could moderate, Mike, if someone has a question or anything, just kind of let me know.
Yep, no worries. Your screen's on.
All right, there we are. So some of you guys have probably already seen this, and I'm just going to kind of go through this. Whoops. But I'm going to go through this, but I'm going to go into some details that maybe people don't understand. So we're worldwide. So just so you guys know, we're actually in every country in the whole entire world. And if you look on this map, these are all there's actually distribution offices in each one of these areas, right? So there's in Africa and France and so on and so on. So we're actually a true worldwide, and there's an office somewhere in the world that's always set for a certain place. So the great thing about it, like as the product itself, when we buy it, there is no sign-up fees. There's no monthly qualifications. There's no stocking of inventory, so you don't have to stock inventory to sell it. There's no annual renewals. There's no accumulative sales, international sparring, and there's 9 ways to earn income, and it pays daily. So when it says daily, it's at 48 hours. So basically, a direct sale, when you make a direct sale, so when I signed up Mike and Darren direct, the very first component was the Anespa. Because I made that a direct sale from me to them, I was paid within 48 hours. Indirect sales are when Mike and Darren buy a product for themselves. I'll make money off of it above them. Or someone on my team makes a sale. That's called an indirect sale. And those are paid within 2 weeks. So you have 14 days. So does anybody have any questions about what is an indirect and a direct sale?
Jeff, how are people getting to the YouTube video?
How are people getting to the YouTube video?
Yeah, like how are people getting to the
when they click on the webinar jams, there's actually a little thing in the middle of the screen that says click on YouTube and watch.
Okay, all right. Just because I noticed a few people have said since that they can't see the screen either, but I just wasn't sure where that link was.
Yeah, they got to click. Yeah, it's like literally right on the button.
Yeah.
So Solid Foundation built in the Japanese market. Just so you guys know, it's actually in Japan is considered a medical device. So they have it in all the hospitals there. So oldest living nation in the world, Japan. So that tells you something about our health system. It's a proven product in brand new brand new market. Major U.S. and global expansions, health and wellness, massive industry. And it's a true direct sales program, not your traditional multi-level marketing. And that's a big thing that we were just talking and debating on, what's an MLM? What does that look like? And MLMs generally, and don't get me wrong, I think there's nothing wrong with MLMs. There really isn't. The problem is the stigma behind it. And the whole, to be perfectly honest, the whole writing down your friends and family members and having to contact them all the time, right? And that's something that, a lot of people just aren't comfortable doing. So hence why this system that we have in place leverages using online and lead generation that you're not doing that. So it's an 8-point commission system. So they so they will take a K8. So a K8 is $4,980. So let's do the math on that. They'll take 8 points. So this is how much commission's available from each K8 sold. So I'm going to do the math on this right now. 8 times 340. So $2,720. So there's $2,720 in commission available to you. So I'll give you a perfect example. If you're at 2A and you sell a K8 on its own.
I can't see what they're saying because it's white.
What's that? Perfect example. Hello? If you're at 2A and you sell
where's my
a
fucking
K8 on
shoulders?
its own.
Very cutting out.
Mute your screen. What's that? Hello?
Dang it. If you can see, where's my fucking, we can't, nothing is showing that I just fucking typed.
What's going on here?
I don't know. Things are getting creepy. It's close to Halloween.
Okay, that was weird.
That's so weird.
All right, let me go back to sharing my screen. That threw me for a loop there. Where was I? All right. So if you're at 2A and you sell a K8, that means 2 means you're qualified for 2 points. So 1, 2 points. So you'll get $680 for that K8. When you go to 3, so when you move up in your point system to 3, you sell that exact same unit, you're going to get 3 of the points. And then 4A is the same thing, 5A, and then 6A, right? So if you're on one leg at any given time and you're making the sales, you can get to a maximum of 6 points. So you'll get whatever that equals out to be mathematically 6, 18, couple $1,000 basically, $2,040 actually. You'll get $2,040 in commissionable. And then what happens is, now everyone goes, well, what's the 2? So for example, when Mike Darren or when Jen and Gord, whenever, because I brought them in at the 2A structure and not bringing one of them in at the 1, I'll make for the life of them making direct sales from that one leg, always 2 points, because they'll get up to the 6, and that still leaves 2 for the people above.
I'm going to jump in again, Jeff. There's a bunch of people saying that they can't see your screen.
Yeah, can everyone see? Because we can. Can you guys? No.
It seems to be generally across the board now. There's a bunch of people saying that they can't see the screen, but it's fine on our end.
It like cuts in and out on mine, but
Does it?
yeah, it's kind of blurry and blah, 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 and then the ghost talk.
Yeah, who is that?
All we can see is Mike and Darren. What?
I can see you guys.
No screen. This is weird.
Your guys' hair looks good.
Thanks.
Well, thank you.
So no one can see anything?
No, just Mike and Darren looks like.
So Jen, you can't see anything either?
I just see I see you guys right now. You guys look good. And then the scroll, but everything else is kind of distorted. Now I see Jeff.
I'm going to open up another screen and see what everyone's seeing here.
Yeah, it's kind of. But everybody else seems to be having a real big problem, looks like. You guys see? Still just Mike and Darren.
I can see it perfectly fine. I'm looking at it right
Everybody
now.
else seems to be having real big problems. Like, they look good though. Like,
Yeah, I'm seeing everything perfectly fine.
you guys see? Still just Mike and Darren.
I can see it perfectly fine. I'm looking at it right now.
Else seems to be. Oh yeah, it's all distorted again.
I don't get it. Everything's working. I lost the weather. Is it something I said?
So bizarre.
This is just a cluster.
Hmm.
Hey, can you guys see my screen again?
Yeah. Well, I can. Do you, Jen?
I just see Darren and Mike, but yeah, I do see the screen. But
Refresh your screen. So refresh, Jen.
yeah, now I see your split screen. They look good though. Like,
Yeah, I'm in.
it is, Paul. It's spooky. Yeah, exactly. You guys need to see.
Well, of course you need to see. I just don't understand. I don't understand how YouTube is not working. Only me on the panel? Oh my. Oh, so what do you say, guys? If I can't even share my screen to explain this stuff, I guess we're gonna have to like just talk and not share my screen. I mean, what do you think? I stopped sharing. Mike, Darren, Jen?
Like talk about the commission structure? Or?
Well, yeah, because it's easier when I'm showing it, like, so people can actually see.
I guess in a pinch, what you could do is you could just use QuickTime and just like video your screen and upload it to the group so everybody can see it.
Yeah, I guess I could start over and redo it.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
I can't shut this thing down.
No, I mean, like outside of Webinar Jams, if this isn't going to work, then that's the only other way we can do it.
Yeah, we can't restart it, guys.
We're saying have Mike and Darren do it, but we can't because it's our camera that's showing. It's not our screen.
Yeah.
Right? It's not actually our screen that's stuck on there.
Yeah, there's something going on with YouTube if you guys aren't seeing it.
Hold up pieces of paper.
Yeah, except it'll be backwards again. Yeah, I mean, YouTube must have changed the setting again because every time YouTube changes something, it screws up Webinar Jams.
Yeah, wish I knew. I don't know.
I don't understand why this thing minimized. I don't get why my screen's not showing up properly. It's the most bizarre thing. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time and see if anyone can see my screen. I want everyone there. First off, before I do this, everyone refresh your screens or close out the window and go back into Webinar Jams from the beginning. Go with Zoom training next time.
No, I only have 10 minutes.
Oh, I know what it. Oh, no. I think that's the problem right there. I just figured it out.
What?
Because I had my button on you to show you guys. Let me see if that fixes it.
But you've been on our screen the whole time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Now I can see Jeff. Ah! All right. So let's share this again. Let me know if everyone can see. That's so bizarre that I have to click on my thing as the main thing so everyone can see.
Oh, yeah, they can see it now. All right, we're golden.
Okay, well, there's another thing that we figured it out.
Perfect.
All right, so I'm going to go back to what I was saying. So everything is based on 8 points. So like I said, this is the pie chart right there. So the difference between 1 through 6, 1A to 6A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is just how many pieces of this pie you actually get. So like I was saying, for Darren and Mike, for the life of them selling from that very top position, even when they get to 6A, I still have the possibility always, if they make a direct sale from that position, of getting $680 from a KA. So that's why it's important that when you come into this, you start off at 2A, because imagine if Darren and Mike or Gordon, Jen, either one of them would have fallen into my 1A, that means I would have only ever been able to get one possible point from them forever. So every single sale. So, and believe me, that adds up quite a bit when you think about it. I mean, Mike and Darren and Jen and Gord have made significant sales, and I'm making money off of each one of those, and that's the whole point of this system, is working together so that everyone is profiting from this, and it has the ability to make money from it. So this is the 8-point system. Every single piece of product is divided by 8 points.
Jeff, can you just hop out of your screen for a sec?
Yep.
We've got Microbona has just posted a comment.
Okay.
And I think, this is Well, we might as well deal with this now. It looks like Mike wants to deal with this here. Mike appears to be frustrated because he's not having any success. And he's just put in here that we've somehow screwed him over. And I'm not going to stand for that because, you know, we have bent over backwards. And as there's 50 people in this chat right now will attest to this, we have bent over backwards to support everybody and help everybody and to make sure that they've got the tools and resources available to make this a success. And Mike, if you want to complain in this forum, I'm sorry for you. Mm-hmm. And I think probably, you know, Jeff, you've probably got something to say about this too, but you know, I think this is completely inappropriate for you to do this here.
It is.
Yeah, certainly. This is a training. This is not about we've been screwed over maybe because it's stateside. I have lots of family where you all, but we're not.
Ridiculous comment when most of the people in this chat right now are in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what the deal is. It has nothing to do with you've been screwed over. I mean, we have people that are doing the same thing day in, day out, making sales. It's clear, and they're not doing anything else. I mean, it's not like we're trying to cut you out, Mike.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really don't understand, but this is definitely not a place to have this conversation. And, you know, if you want to continue down that road, then, you know, we'll just kindly ask you not to show up to the trainings. I'm more than happy to help you out with whatever you need, and so are Mike and Darren. Mm-hmm. So we're going to move on from this and hopefully not route back to this exact same thing again, and I'll continue sharing my screen. If you got no leads on the amount you say you're spending, then you're doing something wrong.
Michael, if you want to reach out, Skype us afterwards. We're always happy to talk to you.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we've got 50 people on here that have asked for some training, so I don't want to waste anybody's time. Let's get back to this.
Okay. So you guys can see my screen again?
Yep.
Yep.
So does anyone have any questions on the 8 points and how many points and how much commissions you get off of it as an example? If anybody does have any questions, feel free to do it now. Is anyone saying anything, Mike?
No. The only thing I would really point out here is it's really important. People don't always grasp this, that whatever position that you put somebody in when they initially sign up, they stay in there. So like Jeff was saying, he signed Darren and I up in his 2A category. So that means that into the future, he's always going to make those 2 points off of us, and that's always going to be available. We stay in that spot. Whereas if he just started us off in that 1A spot, he would only make that 1 point, and that's an important thing to keep in mind. And that's really where the value of the trifecta comes into play.
Yeah. So just so you know, so to give you guys an example, so if you bring somebody in, and so John was asking would they stay at my 3A. So if you bring somebody in at 3A, right? Okay, that means there's 5 points left over. Okay, so just so you figured it out. So you bring them in at 3 points. That means every sale they make 3 points. So if they start out at, for example, at 2A, okay, and that person sells a trifecta, okay, they're getting 2 points. You signed them in your 3, so now you're getting 3. So that's 5 of the points. And then the other 3 points go to the people above them, depending on where they signed up in the position. Now, you're not always going to. The only spot that you can stay permanent at is 2. 1 and 2, actually. 1A and 2A. Because what happens is, when you're at 3 or 4, if you sign them at 3 or 4 or 5, what happens is that person, as they rank up, they're actually getting more of the points, right? So they're getting 3 of the points, and then they rank up to 4 of the points, right? And it only leaves so many points left. So naturally, if you sign them in your 3A, and they get up to 5, as soon as they get to 6, you're now only getting 2 of the points, and they're getting all 6. Does that make some clarity? I'd like people to understand that because I think that's where a big confusion is for people. Is anybody asking any questions, Mike?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so is everyone clear? Are you guys even clear on the panel as well?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just to say something on top of that, the key is that the person who makes the direct sale will always get the points that they're entitled to. So it's kind of like the leftover points. So I mean, if you sign up somebody in your 4A and you're a 6A, obviously you'll get your 6 points, but they'll only get 2.
Correct. So it pays advantage. It pays, believe me, it pays off when you get like a home run hitter in your 5, right? Because they're hitting, they're like making, you're still making your, 5 points until they get to 4A. So all those sales in between, right? You're getting 5 of the points, right? And they're not moving up. So there is a significant value to having them up there because you're going to make a lot more money in the long run. So MLM versus, and this is one thing that we were talking about, Shane was talking about, and we were talking. So MLM is, the traditional pyramid, as they call it. And they work. I mean, absolutely they work. I mean, there's tons of people out there do it. Then there's direct sales. Direct sales is we're infinite across. We can go as much as we can make as many direct sales as we want forever, and there's only 8 possible points down, right? It doesn't go any further than that. So that's the difference. So like I was saying, it's based on a point system. Mm-hmm. And 8 points, 1 point equals 340. That's just on the K8. So marketing plan, 1A. You sell 1 point, 340. You make another direct sale. Now you're at 2. And I mean, and this is kind of like a old school way to show it. So one thing that I want to make clear, when you see here, so for example, when you start making your direct sales, and this is important for you guys to understand, when you start making your direct sales and you bring your team on and your team starts making it, so here's the great thing about this. To get from 2A to 3A is 11 to 20 points, okay? It's 3 to 10. So if you go 3 to 10 and you bring in Joe and Joe signs a trifecta, you're actually getting those 3 points to add as part of your whole team. So to get to 6A is actually 101 points of everybody that you work with. Everybody underneath you as a team. So everybody in this group underneath me is gaining my points every time they make a sale. Every time Mike and Darren make a sale, every time Jen and Gord make a sale, it's moving my points up. And for me right now, that really doesn't make a difference because I'm at 6A, but it definitely helps me in the money part. And there's also some incentives as well on sales as well. So once you hit 6A, there's actually an education bonus, and it's actually $180. So for every single sale that you guys make, I make $180. And I bet you guys didn't even know that. I didn't even know it actually. It was explained to me by Balaj the other day.
And Jeff, is that also everybody on our team too? Every time they make a sale, like people below us, then you get the 100?
Yeah, it's within the 8 points only.
Within the 8 points, okay.
Yeah, that's right, John.
They have to be within my 8 points.
Okay, wow, that's great.
Okay, so when you get to 6A, you get a $3,000 bonus, right? So that $3,000 bonus qualifies you as long as you've made 10 sales, right? So your team within 8 points has made 10 sales. And here's the thing, and this is another thing that I want to be clear as well too, Mike and Darren, and I found this out about, 70% of your sales have to be water machines to qualify for this bonus. Okay, and I just found this out as well. So, and the reason I found out, because they sent me a sheet for the qualifier, and I had to fill out this information, and I'm like, well, how do I know if I qualify? And then she explained it to me. So 70% water machines, 30% can be Ukons, and then you qualify for the $3,000 bonus as long as you have 10 sales in your calendar month that you're getting it, and they have to be within your 8 points. Okay? So 6A to 6A, so there's 6A and then 6A2. So what is the difference between 6A and 6A2? So the whole point of this is that we're trying to get people to 6A. And actually, Balaj says it plain and day. He's like, you want to get them to 6A2. It's race to 6A2. This is the goal. So what this is you want 2 people. So Jen and Gord, Mike and Darren, they have a race for getting to 6A. When they both hit 6A, I rank up to 6A2. Now what this does is it now qualifies me actually qualifies me for a whole lot more. First off, I get a $6,000 bonus. Secondly, I start getting quarterly bonuses, and it adds up quite a bit. And I believe when I was talking to him, it's like a $20. It's $20 per person. 6 layers of 6A deep that I get from each one of the sales, right? On top of the $180 that I get. And then moving to the next one, 6A2, to get to 6A2-2, this means that I have 2 people, so Darren and Mike and Jen and Gord, because they're from 2 different legs, when they both hit 6A2, I rank up to 6A2-2. And that gives me a $12,000 bonus, and it gives me a bunch more incentives and stuff like that. Okay? And this is the first one where you start getting profit sharing. Now, they say 5,000 in the, they can't say for life, whatever, and you actually can't say residual because residual only counts if the company's in existence. Well, obviously, the company is going to be in existence. It's been around for 41 years, but it's just like a rule of law that they say. So it's $5,000 a month for life, but it's actually can be more than that. They put 5,000 because that's the minimum that they see, and it's based on profit sharing. There's people that are getting $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month. So just so you know. So are you guys clear with that, Jen and Gord and Mike and Darren?
Yep.
So this is just profit sharing. It's all it is, and you'll get a one-time $25,000 monthly bonus. And it's the same thing. You need to have 10 direct sales in a quarter in your month within your 8 points. Okay. So, and then it goes up from there, guys. So when you get 2 people that hit 6A, 2-3, then you're getting $50,000 month. You get a $50,000 one-time bonus and $10,000 for life, and so on and so on. So you can see how lucrative it is and how it's actually going to continue to grow. Just means you're getting a bigger piece of the pie. There's a few people out there that are making like, $250,000 a month. And just so you guys know, those people, like in the traditional way that they're selling and stuff like that, they've never seen people rank up and move this fast, ever. I mean, to hit these numbers and these positions and stuff like that as fast as we do, because in the world of sales, in the world of everything, it's all about how many people you get in touch with. So how many people do you touch? How many people are you talking to? Well, naturally with social media, we have so much more of that. And I mean, Jen and Gord will be the absolute, they'll absolutely tell you that it's been a lot of conversations. I mean, part of the reason, not only because Gord knew that, they were at a point where they were at a tipping point. He also knew that he was losing money by not actually being part of the business now on a full-time basis.
Yeah.
And exponential growth between the two of them. Exponential. So I can tell you, if you guys can get your partners working together in on this, the growth is even going to be even that much larger.
Plus, you got more options to target.
What's that?
You got more options, right? Like you can take both standpoints, and couple standpoint and singles, and you just get more options when you do it together with a significant other.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it in a nutshell, how the structure works, right? So the best way for me to say it is each one of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 just stands for how many points you can make. So what's your piece of the commission?
So Jeff, while you were saying that, we had a few questions all kind of come in at the same time, but I didn't want to stop you, so you're on a roll. So let's start here. Jenny says, so what product starts you off at 2A? Trifecta is 3A, right? So,
no. Trifecta automatically starts you off at 2A, and I'll tell you how, okay? So there has to be a direct sale when you make a sale, and you can have indirect sales. So the way we structure the trifecta is so that 1 point the person signing up doesn't get. But we put both the other sales, so you'll notice some of you guys have got a $380 check. You got the $340 for the Ukon, or for the K8, and then you got $40 for the actual Ukon. That's $380. And the reason you're getting that is because you signed up to me as the Inespa, and then because you already had a distributor, you got a distributor ID with that, we were able to sell the other 2 products under your name. So I get them as an indirect sale, so I still get all the 3 points, but the 2 points there, I still get it as a team point, but you actually get the 2 points as well. So that plugs up your 1A lane. So that means that your very next sale, no matter what it is, automatically is 2A. Automatic. Does that make some clarity?
Yeah.
So, hey, next question is, how long do we have to keep receiving the Ukon to keep it as a line? I've heard a year, but not exactly sure. And do we get a point each time we renew?
Yes. So the way that Ukon works is you get a point every time you renew it. You have to keep it for a year to keep your points. Right? So someone shuts it off after their first quarter or whatever, you don't get the point for it. It's gone. It's erased. It's considered, done. Everything that I've heard from Balazs, and I'm going to make some clarity. There was one thing that I thought about, and people have brought it up, and I'm pretty sure you can't just shut off Ukon after a year. And I mean, here's the reality. I'm pretty sure that you have to, in order to sell Ukon, you actually have to physically have Ukon. You have to be taking Ukon, right? And here's reality. I mean, we're in the business of these machines. I mean, sure, it's a profitable business, but I want everybody here to be sold on the product. I mean, I could tell you all about the health benefits of turmeric. I mean, and so could Darren. Darren's been taking turmeric for years. The health benefits are like off the charts. And the specific turmeric that we use is the highest grade, and also turmeric doesn't usually absorb very well in your body. So the turmeric that they use actually has the highest absorption level. Correct me if I'm wrong, Darren, that you can actually get on the plant.
Yeah.
So that's it. So
it's watered with the alkaline water. That's
go ahead. Yeah, and it's all grown organically with the water. So here's reality. I mean, I'm making $6,000 to $8,000 a month in the quarter, just on the renewals of the Ukon. So it's financially feasible, and as well, it's got major health benefits. I mean, naturally, we got to be able to believe in the products that we're selling. Would you not agree with me, Darren, Mike, Jen?
Totally.
I mean, if you don't see value in our products, I could see that being a huge problem trying to sell them.
Yeah.
Is it safe for the pregnant wife? There's just different. I mean, I definitely wouldn't see there being a problem with turmeric. I mean, I'm not a doctor of sorts, and nor would I probably even take it. If I was going to talk to anybody about something like that, is it safe? I would talk to a naturopath.
I would just say,
it is a food. I mean,
yeah,
it's food.
There's 1.3 billion people in India that are obsessed with turmeric. So.
Yeah.
Dr. Michael said it was safe. Yeah, and Michael is actually, he actually is a doctor.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what, Shane? Now that you're typing here, can you put that link that you have, that 25-minute YouTube link? Throw it up here. I want people to have it. You guys should watch this. His daughter actually was diagnosed with a disease of some sorts, and it was about absorption of water. And that's how he got into this. It changed his life. He changed everything that he did. And he's like literally the one person that understands these machines worldwide. And he'll tell you the benefits of our machines over anybody else's.
Awesome.
How do I find out what levels and points I have accumulated? Well, based on your sales. So I'm wondering, John, you're new, so you're not getting any points until you make a sale, right? So first off, and that means a magic product of sort. But if you're wondering later down the road when you're like, oh, well, where am I at? They actually have a genealogy report that you just, and whoever's your upline, Shailene, myself, whoever, all you need to do is email the Enagic office that's closest to you, and they'll send you off what they call a genealogy report, and it shows all your commissions. It shows everybody's distributor ID, everything. So I can find out at any given time, because obviously I don't remember where everyone is in my downline. I mean, obviously I remember where Gord and Jen and Mike and Darren was, because they were my first few. But I mean, between 3, 4, and 5, and 6, I don't know where people are. So I actually just got a genealogy report the other day that showed that. So we can get that at any time. Yeah, it got 3 hours and they emailed it to him. So, I mean, it was fast.
Yeah, they're really quick. You just submit it, you get it like 2 hours later.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, so you don't sign people up lanes per se. It just depends where you are when they decide. Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's exactly what it is. It depends on where you are in your point system. Grab that YouTube link that Shane just put up. It's infinite information just for yourselves to really understand and get a real understanding of how good these products actually are. Like the best in the world, bar none. 41 years at this. Been kicked off for the entire training. Weird. So did we have any more questions at all? There was a bunch of reds there. I didn't see them all.
Yeah, I think the rest of the questions are about targeting and such. Goes back. Courtney's question goes back to conversions. How long do we run an ad if your CPC is running under $2 with no conversions? Well,
CPC. So first off, Courtney, CPC, we shouldn't be looking at that statistic. Let's make sure that you've passed on to Caitlin your pixel, and that you're running your right ad properly. If you're having a difficulty with that, hit up Caitlin. She'll be able to explain that. But we don't look at CPC. We look at cost per conversion.
And a conversion being registration.
Well, I think CPC is cost per click because of the industry that we're in.
Okay.
Exactly.
So cost per click. So I don't know if he's talking about cost per click or cost per conversion.
Probably cost per click. You're right.
Right. I'm guessing cost per click, but so cost per conversion, that's another loaded question. So to give you a generic answer to that, the best way I could do it if you were doing it blind is you want to stay under $2. That would be what you go for. Having said that, once again, that's a loaded question. I mean, I'd be willing to spend $15 a lead or $20 a lead if it meant that I was going to get that much more trifectors. So on a basic note, yeah, $2 and under is what you want. Scotty, I'm targeting military, construction, and oil field, but everyone that has commented or messaged me is either unemployed, just laid off, or on a fixed income. Very few of them actually have a full-time job, and it was the past few days that they were actually employed. Any good pointers on a way to? Yeah. Start targeting income. Maybe Darren, Mike, you guys could show Scotty some new ways to target, people that actually have an income.
I will say too, Scotty, I mean, that's just the nature of the beast in oil and gas. I mean, coming from Alberta myself in a province of oil and gas, that's exactly how it works. And Jen will back me up on this. I mean, coming from Alberta, that industry is always up and down. And that's largely why everybody and their dog is targeting that industry, because people get sick of the peaks and valleys of it. And they do go months without work. I mean, I just talked to my best friend in Calgary right now. Her husband hasn't worked for over a year, but he's making EI, and he's making more now than he ever could if he got 3 minimum wage jobs and still gets to spend time with his kids. It's the way it is. Sometimes these people are lucky enough that when the peaks are up, they've managed to save some so they can invest into something like this. Hopefully they don't get caught with their pants down. I mean, generally people who are in that industry, they're just used to that reality.
And I think too, a lot of the people that will message you seem to have be more in that situation rather than the people that just sign up, right? So because I notice most of the messages I get seem to be from more broke people than, nobody messaged me saying
interesting.
Like, hey, I'm rich, I want to sign, what do you got going? I want to, sign.
Well, that's a good. So Ashley and Brian asked a good question here. I haven't tried it myself in Canada. So here's the thing. I use AdEspresso, and it allows me to target incomes. But I was having a hard time doing it within actually Facebook. Darren, can you speak to that? Have you tried to target from your ads manager for income in Canada? I've done it before and it never worked for me.
No, and you can't with AdEspresso either. AdEspresso just lets you do it when you have Canada selected, but it actually, if you look at the audience, there's no Canadians. It's just, say you have an ad and you're doing US and Canada, it'll give you the down to do it. But it actually will just be doing it for the U.S. people, and it'll actually just eliminate the Canadian. Whenever I look in, if you take out the U.S., it'll be 90 people or something in Canada that they have that information for. 9.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
It's very small. So it'll let you do it, but it's not actually working. And in Ad Manager, I think that you can't even select it for Canada. I think it's just the US.
Jenny, that's a top level question. You actually need to talk to Joe. I know Caitlin and Joe are working with you guys to be able to do some of your technical stuff. So I would connect with Joe, who I think is your sponsor, and she should be able to help. Yeah, cost per click. Yeah, Courtney, cost per click is not what you want to be watching. And yes, you can target income, but only for United States. Literally. Only U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even know, Stefan actually took his pills to the naturopath, and they actually tested them, and they came back 100% effective from his naturopath. That's rad.
That's awesome.
So that makes us feel even better.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's good to know.
I want to say, like, I know people get discouraged with their targets, because I keep seeing this over and over, but I don't think, obviously, the people that are looking for this online, they're going to be the people that want more money, right? So it's not really, there's a fine line between targeting the people that have enough to do it and targeting, you still got to get those people that need more. And in my experience, if people really want to do it, they'll come up with the money. Even myself, I didn't have the money to get into this business when I first started, and I had to borrow 10 grand from my parents to give to the same guy that mentored Jeff, and a few years later, he charged Jeff 100 grand, or 200 grand, something crazy, right, Jeff? So.
What's that?
John, how much did you pay to get mentored into?
I don't even want to talk about that number.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, people will come up with the money, right? So if they really want it.
No, that's what. So Curtis, he just told you. Yes, you have the option to do it in Adespresso, but the information isn't available on Facebook. It just won't run the ads there.
It will if the US is selected, but not Canada.
Yeah.
The audience will be tiny.
Any more questions in the room? Is everyone pretty clear on how the structure of the financial part of it happens? My chiropractor has been hounding me for a long time.
Yeah. Best anti-inflammatory in the world.
It is.
Yeah,
Well, that in the water.
Look at my post on Facebook. I bought turmeric ice cream today.
I seen that.
That's awesome.
How to do a proper lookalike audience? Well, and lookalike audiences are you have to have at least 1,000 conversions of some sort, and you just literally go in, create lookalike. It's in there, and then it'll export, and then you just target it, and then it just continues to grow.
Takes a couple days sometimes to get your lookalike.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for them to get enough information to build it.
To build it up.
Yeah. Any other questions? Well, it's not just conversions. You need 1,000 hits to your website.
Hits.
So sorry, I should have not said conversions. You need 1,000 people that touch your click on your link and go to your landing page.
It's all testing, John. We're all kind of testing there.
Yeah, sure. You can, John. Think of jobs or trades or people that are interested in stuff. I'll give you guys a statistic. Did you know that iPhone users, they generally make more money than people that have Android?
Ah, good target. iPhone and Apple.
Yep. There's one right there.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. Start thinking about people that work in maybe a mill job, people that work in the railroad. I mean, there's just so many variables.
Yeah, you can target high-end credit card.
Yes.
Users too. Stuff like that, or luxury luxury type items and stuff, and you can use those as targets, and then you're targeting that specific demographic as well.
Actually, Brian,
really helped. Lookalike helps a lot.
Yeah, well, especially once you get it there. So, Ashley and Brian, is the Ukon the only one you have to own to make commissions and points off of? I'm not sure I understand that. Ukon is the only product that you can sell all the products with. I know that for a fact because you need Ukon to sell Ukon, right? So, but it's a recurring billing. If we sold a Leveloop but didn't own it, would we still make commission? Yeah. You can sell any of the product.
Yeah.
So if you have Ukon, you're automatically open to sell trifectors. If you only have a water machine or like a water product, it just means you can sell all the water products. You just can't sell Ukon. That's it. So even if your ad is at $3 something and no link clicks or conversions, you just let it run. Well, that's an open question. What do you mean? How long? How many days? I mean, there's how many days, I'd run it for like 3-4 days. Now, if I got like a ton of link clicks and no conversions after 2 days of spending like $10, $15, I would stop that ad.
Yeah. But remember too, Jenny, and this is for everybody, you also have to factor in if you're getting comments, if you're getting messages, all those. Sometimes my conversion rate is high on an ad, but then that's the one that's getting tons of comments. And so if you're spending $5 per conversion, say it's a $20 ad, and you got 10 comments, then you have to factor those into your cost as well.
Yes, you do. That's a very good point. And even if you give them the link afterwards in the body, those don't count.
No.
They don't count towards your conversion.
Yeah, so you do that manually. So, I mean, look at that. That's something to look at, right?
Absolutely. Anyone else have any questions?
Silence.
Perfect. Hopefully this was educational for you guys on the commission structure and you understand it. No interaction at 250. I mean, Jenny, how do you get such a nice beard? You know what? The funny thing is, this is just all, I don't even do anything with it. I literally, guys, I do nothing. I don't shave. I don't do anything. It just grows like this.
His first beard.
It's my very first beard ever. I need a jacket and an axe. Yeah, exactly. There's two Johns, Johnny Blade. Oh, Johnny Blade. This is, he's from Australia, I believe. Johnny Blade's on here, Caitlin. Yeah, I think Johnny Blade 1 or whatever. I think that's his email. Yeah, hold on. Oh, Johnny Blaze. Oh, maybe not the same name, same Johnny. Yeah, I never know who any of everyone's names is. There's two Johns on here, I know that. So yeah, Jenny, to answer your question, no interaction at 250 to shut off the ad. I mean, if you're not getting any interaction, like even comments or anything, I'd be questioning the ad itself and the text. I'd review.
And the target.
Yes, I remember you, Johnny. Yeah. We should we should make it so that if you have like generic, put your like first and last name so we know who you are. Because we have two Johns in here. All right. Any more questions?
There might be one coming.
Question, he's asking. I'm under Jen and Gore. Cool. How important is it to respond fairly soon to comments? Well, I would highly suggest they're hot at that exact moment, so naturally it's going to be your best time to do it.
Yeah.
11 conversions, lots of clicks. Is 849 comments a pretty good tell how my ad's doing? Well, I mean, I think you're being sarcastic there, Curtis.
Facetious.
11 conversions in 4 days. Well, here's the question. I mean, 11 conversions in 4 days. So what does that mean? I mean, are you spending $5 a day? Are you spending $10 a day? Are you spending $15 a day? What's your cost per conversion cost you?
I think it was 5. Yeah, on ads.
So what we're saying, Ashley and Brian, conversions not counting. If someone comments on your post, and then they're like, they don't see the link or whatever above there, and then you comment and you manually give them the link to register, Facebook isn't counting those as conversions. So you're actually getting a conversion, but it's not actually showing in your numbers. 10 a day, 5 on each, so 11 conversions. So 4 days, $10, $40, so you're spending $10 per lead, basically. No, 11. You spent $40 and you got 11. Yeah, so it's like $4 a lead. That's not too terribly bad.
Too bad, yeah. And one was a buyer.
Yeah, well, which is bizarre because I can't even get a hold of the guy. Hasn't replied to my email, and I cannot find him on Facebook because his name is I can't even pronounce it. Me either. Yeah, he's talking about his bar. So yeah, that's
You
pretty.
guys want to see Baby Jeff?
No.
Baby Jeff.
She looks a little bit like me.
Yeah,
A wee bit.
we were saying that today with that picture on Facebook.
He's just a little Baby Jeff.
Give that girl a beard and it'd be like a twin.
I'm gonna grow the meanest beard. It's gonna be like out to here. Gonna grow it for a year. Sounds like I'm doing the right stuff. Yeah, you're doing the stuff. She's so much bigger, guys. She's 2.5 months and she's not even 10 pounds, guys.
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy? So small.
So cute. You gotta get them to register.
Message people the link via Messenger. It doesn't count that. How are we getting conversions then? Because that's how we're sending out the link to everyone. No, but you guys also have the link in your.
Still getting conversions. Just Facebook and your stats will not count that unless people have clicked your link, your like actual link on your ad. So
Yes.
like, it'll show the conversions per ad. But if you're sending your link out in Messenger, your stats are not going to show those conversions, but you're still going to get the conversions.
Correct. It's just a stats thing. You're still getting the conversion, just Facebook isn't counting it as part of your numbers. So it can skew your numbers. So for example, if you're paying, $5 a lead, right? Facebook tells you you're paying $5 a lead, but then you put in 20 manual links, 20 manual, register on here. Facebook doesn't go and take those and count those off there. Now you have to, sort of have either track it yourself manually or just have an understanding that, well, I'm getting actually a lot of value out of it as well because I'm getting manual signups. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
So your conversion rate is always probably lower than what Facebook shows it is because everybody's getting messages and comments, right? Unless you're getting 0 messages and 0 comments, then that number's accurate. But most people are getting messages and comments and sending people their links. So your conversion rate's almost always going to be lower than what that number actually shows.
Yeah.
Correctamundo. So I think we're a 8:15 here, so I think pretty much everyone's gotten a good understanding. As well, too, everybody that's on here, block the guy that that Shailene put, Cameron Springfield. Block him from your page. You can go into your admin section of your page and block him.
What was the story with him? Was he trying to steal leads?
He sent this big long email about about how we're not telling everybody up front and we're doing some kind of, basically in a nutshell, we're scamming and he's going to expose all of us. I'm just like, oh my God. And that's about it. Can I be on the panel tomorrow? So guys, I think what we're going to do, we already discussed this. We're going to split up the people that have been coming on the panel so that we're going to have 5 on Monday plus the leaders and then 5 on Thursday. So if you aren't part of the 5 on Monday, then you'll be the part of the 5 for the people that have been on there on Thursday. Yes, you did reply diplomatically. What was his last name again? Springfield. Block him. Complete douchebag loser.
Cameron with a C.
Yeah, Cameron with a C. Springfield. I think it said that he's from Baltimore, Maryland. You don't have the link on your ad? And it's showing conversions? That's interesting.
So I can tell you what's happening there. They probably have the lead pixel on there, Caitlin, right? So if they follow the link in the messenger from Facebook, they're landing on the thank you page and the pixel fires, right?
Yeah, probably.
No, but there's no link. What do you mean?
No, they're following a link that they're giving in the message.
Oh.
Caitlin, does that sound right to you? Because you're more experienced with the lead pixel.
Cody Harris said something about that he tried doing that even with like page posting. He was running a page post engagement ad or something like that, but he had a pixel, like a lead pixel or something, on his thank you page, and it was still firing.
Yeah.
So that could be what's happening.
I bet you that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got to get to the thank you page somehow, right? So.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. We're 20 after 8 basically now, or what time zone you're in. And just make sure you ban that guy. And let's move on. All right, guys, have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.